Hi friends, in part 2 of this ABCD pattern video, I will address two things. First, how to trade an ABCD pattern, and second, high probability scenario when an ABCD becomes more effective, when an ABCD pattern becomes more effective. So the first one, how to trade an ABCD pattern. An ABCD pattern is traded by predetermining where the CD leg is possible to end. As you all know, this is how an ABCD pattern looks like. And this is our CD leg. ABCD, our CD leg. So an ABCD pattern is traded by predetermining where the CD leg is possible to end. And this is achieved by using the Fibonacci tool. Let me graphically present it to you so that you understand the concept much easily. From part 1, you already know how an ABCD pattern looks like. This is how an ABCD pattern looks like. This is our BCD. Yeah. So this is how an ABCD pattern looks like. So let me take this off for now. This is our AB leg and BC or the retracement leg. Now listen carefully. To trade an ABCD pattern, we need to predetermine the zone or level where the CD leg is possibly going to end. Because that zone is from where we are going to execute our counter trend trade. Okay, so how do we identify that zone? Using the Fibonacci tool. Let me show you how. Traditionally, 0.382 and 0.618 are the important levels for Fibonacci retracement, and 1.27 and 1.618 are regarded as important levels for Fibonacci extensions. Now here, let's pick the Fibonacci extension tool and find our 1.27 and 1.618 zone. What we are going to do here is we are going to draw a zone where the CD leg is possibly going to terminate. So this is our Fibonacci extension tool from A to B, back to A. So as you could see here, this is the 1.27 level and this is the 1.618 level. So this is our possible zone. Let me take this off now. This zone is from where we need to take our trades. Okay, next, take a clone of the AB leg and complete the CD leg. Take the clone of the AB leg and complete the CD leg. This is our This is our CD, possible CD leg. This is our B point. Okay, so we now have our ABCD pattern and a reversal zone in place. Our ABCD pattern and our reversal zone in place. Next, to enter a trade, we have to spot a lower low closing from this zone. In this case, in a bullish ABCD pattern, to enter a trade, we need to spot a lower low closing from this zone. Once you have a lower low closing, set our traditional Fib levels of or Fibonacci levels of 0.382 and 0.618 as our first and second targets respectively, using the Fibonacci retracement tool. What I meant is, once we have our lower low closing from this point, pick our Fibonacci retracement tool and mark our 0.382 and 0.618 Fibonacci levels as our first target and second target. Okay, to make it even more clearer to you, let me demonstrate this whole process on real charts. In this chart, focus on this portion here. I want you to focus on this portion here on this chart. Okay, this portion. This is our AB leg, and this is our BC leg. Let's mark A, B, C. Okay, now how do we assume the BC leg might be over and the CD leg might be beginning to happen? How do we assume? When we get a lower low or higher high closing from the 0.382 and 0.618 zone of the Fibonacci retracement from AB. Let me show you our Fibonacci retracement from A to B. Around this zone. In most cases, the BC leg terminates in between 0.382 and 0.618 zone. In some cases, it might extend a little bit further, but in most cases, the BC leg terminates in between the 0.382 and 0.618. So in this case too, it extended a little bit, but still within our zone. The larger point here is to look for a lower low or higher high closing. Here we have a lower low closing here. On this BC leg, we have this lower low closing, which suggests maybe it's the beginning of CD leg. Okay. Next, pick the Fibonacci extension tool and mark our reversal zone. That is our next step. This is our Fibonacci extension tool. And how do we mark our reversal zone? A to B, back to A, gives us this zone 1.27 and 1.618. So let's draw this zone and take this off. We have our possible reversal zone here. What's the next step? The next step is to make a clone of the AB leg and complete the possible CD leg. Make a clone of the AB leg and complete the possible CD leg. This is our D point. This is our D point. So here we have our possible ABCD setup and the possible reversal zone. Now, okay, before that, we should also mark our possible target areas using the Fibonacci retracement tool from A to D. Once we have the setup and the reversal zone in place, the next step is to mark our possible target areas. So for that, pick our Fibonacci retracement tool and mark our target areas by pulling it from A to D. So 0.382 will be our first target and 0.618 will be our second target. So we have the setup, the reversal zones and the targets in place. Now wait for the market to push down into our zone. Okay, so once the price pushes into or near the zone, look for a higher high closing from the zone on a lower time frame. We have this CD completion right at the 1.27 level. This is the 1.27 level and this is 1.618. So we have the CD completion right at 1.27 level. Okay, now what we have to look for is a higher high closing, possibly on a lower time frame, say a 1 hour chart. Let's drop down to a 1 hour chart. This is our higher high closing right here. So we can enter our trades right here and sit tight until it reaches your target number 1, number 2, or the trade stops you out, or until the trade stops you out. Okay.